There have been some outstanding UNI wrestlers who went on to dedicate their lives serving our country in the armed forces. One story you might not be familiar with is Hal Turner. Panther Sports Talk's Brad Wells caught up with him in the historic West Gym for this Veterans Day salute.
UNI wrestling in the 1970s was electric under the direction of head coach Chuck Patton. Wrestler Hal Turner, a conference champion and NCAA qualifier for the Panthers in '77, says it prepared him for the toughest moments of life.
The goal setting, the work ethic, and Coach Patton would always tell us, stress is important. Stress can be fun. Stress can shape you. When you're wrestling in front of 10,000 people in the first event in the UNI Dome and it's on Iowa Public Television, there's a stress that goes to you, and it can take men to their knees. And so I learned to rely on my training.
Hal Turner spent several years as an industrial arts teacher and a wrestling coach. His path would then soon change.
The story is I got in the National Guard, and I went to basic training, I went to advanced individual training, I went to Officer Candidate School, was commissioned. For 7 years I was a part-time guardsman. And I had an opportunity to go on active duty with the Iowa National Guard, and I left education December of '91. So I went and put 20-some years in and retired Lieutenant Colonel. I deployed to Iraq with the 34th Infantry Division, headquarters out of Minnesota. We were in charge of Multinational Division South, the 9 provinces in the South under General Nash.
His efforts in the military would earn a Bronze Star. And while serving as company commander in Clinton, Iowa, he became the first Iowan honored with the General Douglas MacArthur Award for leadership.
At that time, we had 4 continental U.S. armies, and I was under 4th U.S. Army, and I was selected as one of the best company commanders in 4th Army. And so I got to take my family and my mom and dad to the Pentagon, and at the time, Chief of Staff Carl Vono, and I got a chance to meet MacArthur's wife.
Harold is still a defense contractor for the National Guard. He says it was his time at Northern Iowa, wrestling for Chuck Patton and the Panthers, that set him up for success.
He took a lot of us state qualifiers and turned us into champions and national place winners, and we contributed to our team. And hopefully, we've led a good life and contributed to our community and our nation as citizens or soldiers.